What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS 3 Raw TV. Today is Monday, and for me, Monday, when people start the grind again and stuff like that, I love getting up on Monday mornings. I love getting back to the gym, back on my new schedule. I love when I get back from the events on the weekend or traveling on the weekend and stuff, and I'm ready to go and ready to get that fresh. Like, getting up and starting a new week for me is exciting, and it's been that way for quite some time now. Since I basically started working for myself. The things that you're doing, you're not kind of dreading going to the work the next day. You're just excited. Now, the real reason why I'm super excited today, well, there's two reasons. We're going to get to both of them today. And one of them, today, officially, Gifd Labs launches in the UK. Okay, I'm so stoked. You guys have no idea. Supplement-shop.co.uk. It's a little bit of a different website over there. I'm going to put the link in the description box below, so any of you guys over there. The idea was to get, if I was shipping from here, it was expensive to ship for the people that wanted the products, as well as many times the products would get stopped at customs and either not get in for some random reason, or they would hold them at customs and charge the people that were ordering them a tax on them. So it was just like, I can't do the international shipping and filling out the forms and all that stuff. So the idea was to get somebody over there that would stock it and be able to ship it all over there, and they would do all the business there, and that's exactly what's happened. And I am so happy. I'm so excited, guys. You don't understand. So this company was in February. February 1st is when we started Gifd Labs. In that, that amount of time, we didn't have the products. It took a long time to get things straight, a long time to get them in, get them situated, and actually get the products made. Within 4 weeks of launching the products, the company, Gifd Labs, myself, is now in the UK, which ships to all those countries over there, in the brick and mortar, and we sold out of the BMR4. I mean, I just can't, for a brand new company just starting, this is almost unheard of for what's going on to be this many places at once and growing that fast. And I can't thank all of you enough for the support, for supporting me, for understanding my vision, for wanting something different than all the other stuff that's out there right now in the industry. And for that, I'm blessed, and I have a lot of gratitude, and I thank you guys so much for that. Now, that is the main thing that I like. I haven't had any caffeine or anything like that. I'm just pumped. I'm excited, right? Number two, something happened this weekend that it's actually began Friday and continued Saturday. So Friday I get a call from Kevin Levrone. Now you guys know that Kevin and I have been friends for a very long time, and Kevin at times has stepped up in my life to help me when there was no one there. And I can't thank him enough for that. And you know what? Kevin does not want thanks. Like, he'll be the first one. I don't want thank you. No, I just did it because it was the right thing to do and I wanted to. Like, that's just how he is. Well, Friday night, I get a FaceTime from him, which I haven't heard from him from a FaceTime in a long time. So I answer. I said, hey, what's going on? And it was 9:30, 10 o'clock at night or whatever it was. No, it was actually Thursday night. I'm sorry. This started Thursday night. So he said, hey, man, you going to the show on Saturday and stuff. I said, yeah, I'm actually judging in the morning. Then I do the interviews for NPC News that night. I said, so I got double duty on that day. He said, oh, good, so you'll be there all day. I said, yeah. He goes, let's do a seminar together. He's like, I'm booked to do the seminar. I want you to do it with me. And I was like, I didn't even have to think about it. Immediately, I was like, yes, let's do it. Absolutely, let's do the seminar. And he was like, cool, we'll get on stage, we'll just do our thing, and we'll just shoot the shit and rap. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is... It really took me back. We got off the phone, Erin was already asleep, and I could not wait to tell her. I wanted to wake her up, which she would have punched me in the face if I woke her up, but I wanted to wake her up and tell her, hey, this is what just happened. Another step towards where things I want to accomplish just happened, out of the blue. You stay positive, right? And you keep your head down, and the negative and the naysayers and the clowns and the people yapping at you and trying to knock you off the track, right? And you're a train, and they're trying to knock you off that track, and you're just going down that track, and you're pushing. And then things like the UK happen. Things like the thing with, everything that is negative around you can't fucking stop you if you just literally believe in yourself and move forward. It can't stop you. You deflect it. It bounces off of you. So fast forward, we had one day to basically promote it, which wasn't that long, but hey, it is what it is. Saturday comes, and I'll be honest with you guys, I was nervous to do the seminar. I didn't really know what to talk about, what we were going to do, but I trusted Kevin. I trust that Kevin's not going to put me in a position of something that I can't handle. And that's another thing. Kevin believing in me, he was the first one to ever tell me, I believe that you can do something. I believe that you can be something. I believe in you. He told me those words. And it literally set me down a path to where I am today. And it came full circle on Saturday. The time comes, and Kevin and I are on stage with Rich Siegelman, who actually was the promoter. And thank you, Rich and the NPC, for giving us a platform to do this. And we started talking about, bodybuilding, and we started talking about backgrounds and stuff, and bodybuilding and diet and, training. And it quickly turned into a help. I don't even know how to explain it. I don't even have the words for what it was, but we talked about the people in the crowd. They were asking questions. We talked about them. We tried to help them with things. We talked about our personal lives, triumphs, disappointments, things that we failed at. We talked about personal things where Jim Mannion grabbed Kevin at the Junior Nationals and said, "You need to go to Nationals." And, Kevin explained that, his father passed away when he was very young and he didn't have a father figure, but he felt like Jim Mannion was trying to give him some advice and guidance, like a father figure. We talked about this, like, openly to the crowd, and things about what this meant and what that meant. And when Kevin and I first started hanging out, and, the things that he would do for me when, I was going through a dark place in my life. He would call me in the morning and say, "Did you do your cardio?" I'm like, "Fuck, no, I'm not even." He's like, "Well, get up and do your cardio. I'm calling you back in 2 hours. You better have your first meal." And, like, things that were just, like, so personal. And it turned out to be this, like, it actually ran about 3 hours. Like, the seminar, I'm not sure how long it was supposed to be, but it ran about 3 hours. And it was just the most amazing thing. When it was all said and done, Kevin and I were standing backstage, and some people actually wound up backstage taking pictures with us, and we were signing autographs and stuff like that, which was, I'm standing here and I look over, and there I am with Kevin Levrone, and people are taking pictures of us together because they're like, "Oh, I'm such big fans of both you guys." And I don't like using the word fans because I don't feel like I deserve to have fans. Like, I just don't feel that way personally. And I don't know if I ever will, but, to be standing there and Kevin, like, "Come here," it was just like, here I am, like, this is what I wanted. This is what I wanted in high school. This is what I wanted when I was younger. I wanted to be on stage with the pros. Like, I never turned pro, right? But I still found a way to get on stage with the pros. And more specifically, somebody that I admired as a bodybuilder, young bodybuilder, Kevin Levrone, one of my heroes, who became a friend, who I then wound up sharing a stage with that meant more than any bodybuilding competition ever could. If I turned pro and wound up standing on the Olympia stage next to Kevin, it would have meant less than what we did Saturday. Today's Monday. Like, I'm just like, your dream came true, but it came true tenfold. It came true in a bigger way than you ever thought it would. Like, you're on stage talking about personal things where Kevin Levrone asked you to be there. He asked you to share your story because he feels like your story can help people. And I'm like, I made it to where I wanted to be at that point in time, but I made it being myself and just doing my thing and not chasing a trophy, chasing a placing, listening to someone tell me that I have to do this to get better. I just was myself. And I think the biggest take-home message was, Kevin is just himself. He's always been himself. He just does his thing. He never followed the crowd, right? He took time off from competing, and I think he would take time off from training and drugs and eating. He went on a tour with a band. He went into movies. Like, he just made the comeback, like, after all that time to the Olympia. Like, he just doesn't listen to what other people say. You can't do this. You can't do that. He's shoulder pressing 500 pounds behind the neck again. And I'm like, that's what it's all about. It's about being you and blazing your own trail and being your own person and showing people that, it's one step at a time. Like, I want to be at the top of the staircase, but you can't jump because it's a 60-foot staircase. So you have to take one step, then another step, then the next step, and eventually you get to that last step and you're able to take that final step and be where you are. And I don't think any of us really truly are where we want to be, right? And by the time we die, hopefully we've gotten to where we want to be and we didn't waste our life wondering what if, or trying to do something that's not working and keep doing it and failing and not adjusting and figuring out another way to do it, which that's exactly what it was. When I sat back and realized, like, I wasn't going to turn pro, but to get to the point where I wanted to be that dream of being on stage next to Kevin and, being more than I was. Okay, that's what it's all about. Every day I want to be more today than I was yesterday. And there's no blueprint for that. Everybody has a different way that they have to do it for themselves. So you have to find your own way. And that's exactly what happened when I wasn't turning pro. It was like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do these seminars, I'll keep doing YouTube. Like, YouTube is happening because of Kevin. We talked about that on stage. When we had M3Muscle.com as a company that Kevin, myself, and Rick owned, 3 of us from Maryland, M3 Muscle, he kept forcing me in front of the camera. He didn't want to be in the videos. He'd be like the background character, but he wanted me to do the talking, and I was like, I can't do this, man. He was like, get in front of that camera, turn the camera on, let's go. Like, he would kind of like be the big brother forcing you into it. And like, that led me, when it was finally time of that practicing, of that, becoming more comfortable, of that becoming more of myself, led me to the time when it was time for me to do YouTube. I was able to do it and not consistently fail at that, trying to find my way with that. It was like a stepping stone to that. YouTube was a stepping stone to, you know, the business that I have now and the companies that I've worked with. Like it's all connected. It's all a stepping stone. And, you know, this weekend was like super emotional for me. I called Erin right after I got off the stage and I said, babe, I said, I don't even know what just happened. I said, you know, we went from talking about bodybuilding and diet into spiritual stuff, into self-help, into listening to other people's stories and helping them with their problems and stuff. Like, I was like, it was the most amazing thing because it wasn't just about bodybuilding. You know, it was about life. It was about human beings. It was about being one with everyone else and trying to help someone just because we're in the opportunity, in the position to, and we have the opportunity to, we can help them and it doesn't affect us. It doesn't negatively affect us, right? And it was like, it was emotional as hell, guys. And, you know, then we went out to do the NPC News online interviews, but also I was given the opportunity to go on stage and present the overall trophies by giving them the GIFD gift bags, right? So now all the pictures have the GIFD gift bags on them, and the GIFD is all over the banner in the back, and it's on the screen in the front, and it's on the name tags, and I'm sitting here going, what the hell? This is like a month. Like, we started the company. I keep saying we meaning me, but we meaning us, you and I. There's no one working with me, right? Well, Erin's included, but no one's working with me. You know, we started the company, but once the products launched, less than a month, we're sponsoring things. We're all over the place. We're in the UK. Like, I don't know what to say, guys. Like, I'm just floored at how fast this is happening. And, you know, I didn't get a lot of negativity, but there were people telling me, like, you can't do this, you can't do that, your products suck, you suck, everything sucks, fuck you. And I was like, you know, some of that got to me. It really did. It got to me at a certain point, and I had to say, you know, if you let this get to you, you're going to fail. If you let these people and these things get to you, you are going to fail. You cannot do that. And I had to kind of revamp and kind of reassess what I wanted to do and which direction I wanted to go and how I was going to do it and how I wanted to act and how I wanted to present myself in the company. And I can just say, guys, like, if you have that dream, you know, honestly, I'm the last one that should have been on a stage with Kevin, that should be traveling the world with these different companies, that should have my own company, that should have my own company globally, that should have their own fucking clothing line. I am the last one anybody expected this to happen for. And here we are. And it's just the beginning. That's what's so amazing about it and so exciting about it. It's just the beginning. It keeps growing. The more that I put it out there, the more that I talk about it, the more positive I am, the more that I travel and meet people, it just keeps growing and growing. And it's an amazing thing. Like, my goal, honestly, guys, is by the end of my life to look back and say, you know what, I wasted some of my life when I was younger. You know, being addicted to drugs and sitting around being lazy and not doing anything, I wasted some time. But when that switch flipped, I made up for that time tenfold, and I accomplished way more than I set out to. Like, I accomplished all my goals and had to create new goals and accomplish those to the point where it was like, that's it. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to die. I'm ready to pass on. I'm ready to leave this world, whatever. But, so yeah, thank you guys for following. Thank you guys for paying attention, the interest, you know, the support. Like, none of any of this, the videos wouldn't be happening. The company wouldn't be happening. None of any of this shit would be happening if it wasn't for you guys. And that includes the haters. That includes the haters and the negative people too. The more that you guys give me shit, the more that the products sell, the more my name gets out there. Hell, Google Jerry Ward on YouTube. Not BioS3, not Jerry Ward Bodybuilder, just Jerry Ward. Look at the shit that pops up now. Like, that is from you guys with the positivity, but the negative stuff in forums, the negative stuff on YouTube, the negative people on Instagram, all of that shit plays into a role of elevating you to the next level. You have to have balance, positive and negative together. You can't have light without dark. There has to be a balance. And when that negative comes, you fight harder and it pushes the positive up even higher. Like, there is a balance, and I do believe that it works that way, and it's working. So thank you guys very much, and I am so incredibly excited, looking forward to the new products from GIFD that will be coming out soon, as well as more of the traveling, more of the seminars, more of the expos and stuff like that. It's an amazing, exciting time, guys. BioStreetTraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.biostraining.com is the blog. It's the Exciting Times Bicep, and we are out.